Welcome to the the-fwot-show on the Coil Entertainment Network, pointing out idiocy one story at a time. I'm Rob Steele, that's Jesus Jones in the background, and did you pick up their new album? Because you should have. Just came out, it's called Passages, available on Amazon. If for some reason you can't find it, there's a link on the the-fwot-show website, the-fwot-show.com. It'll take you right to it. Pick it up, it's really good. You'll enjoy it. And I'm going to start this show with a question. Did you have a good weekend? I'm asking because mine, frankly, was kind of crap. One of my wife's friends and coworkers passed recently. Car accident. So, of course, we had to go to a funeral. And, never really a good thing. Always kind of a bummer. Not good. And there was a high-profile funeral over the weekend. Barbara Bush died. Sad thing. I don't wish death upon anyone, even the Oompa Loompa. And all the living presidents went to Barbara Bush's funeral, which I think is an awesome thing. You have, Jimmy Carter was there. Both Bushes, obviously there. Bill and Hillary Clinton. Barack Obama showed up. Oh, hang on a minute. The Oompa Loompa. That prick went to go play golf. He wasn't there. Who the hell blows off a funeral like that? That's a big thing. You're supposed to go to those, you twit. But no, he went to play golf. Again. Using your money, by the way. Did you notice that? How much money have we lost playing golf? I say we and like we're the ones playing golf. We weren't playing golf. It was the Oompa Loompa. Using your money for golf. 'Cause that's important. Just about as important as some concerns that the GOP raised recently about should there be babies on the Senate floor. Now, it came up because Senator Tammy Duckworth, who is one of the most awesome people on the planet, recently gave birth. First senator to actually give birth while in office. I didn't know that. That's kind of interesting. And good for her, and she would like to occasionally breastfeed on the Senate floor because that comes up. You know what? Some GOP senators had a problem with it, saying that she would weaponize the baby. Seriously. Weaponize. Not that she was going to give the baby an AR-15, although it would serve them right, I would think. No. Weaponize the baby, meaning if a issue came up where you would go, oh, is this particular issue going to have an effect on the children? What about babies? Are babies going to be affected by this law we're going to pass? And she could hold up her baby and go, my baby will have this effect if you pass that law, whether it's good or bad or whatever. And then people will go, oh, we can see the effect. Look, there's a baby right there. And you know what? I think that's kind of a good idea because I don't think Republicans know what babies are. I mean, Orrin Hatch has only got, 6,000 kids, 5,000 grandchildren, and whatever, because he's ancient and, of course, has forgotten what babies are like, which is why they don't pass any laws or anything that actually affect children and, real people in positive ways. I think, you know what? Weaponize the baby. Go for it. But if we move across the hall to the House of Representatives, there was news this week about a guy from Ohio. His name was Wes Goodman. Now, if you don't know Wes Goodman, and frankly, before this story, I didn't because I don't live in Ohio, he was promoting something called Focus on the Family, which is a group that says gay rights, no, those are bad because the gay people are trying to legalize pedophilia. Really? I didn't know that. And homosexuality is a curable mental condition, and public schools are being used to groom children into gay lifestyles. And it's horrible. Gay people, gays. Oh, the gays. Well, Wes, between the two of us, One of us had to resign from his position recently because he was caught having sex with another man in his office. Here's a hint. It wasn't me. Yeah. Captain Anti-Gay himself, Wes Goodman. Because, he's a Republican. Of course he had sex in his office. Spring for a hotel room? No, that costs money. Can't have that. And now for a story about money that makes no sense. At least not to me. I mentioned last week about Isaac Larian trying to purchase Toys R Us for $675 million to buy some of the Toys R Us locations and turn them into small amusement parks. I kind of like the idea. I think it's kind of cool. However, Toys R Us has responded by saying, nope, that's not enough money. We're not selling them. So he withdrew his offer to buy them. Which I don't understand because no one else is offering to buy Toys R Us. So now instead of selling some of their stores for $675 million, they're left with all the stores and none of the money. Here's a story from, frankly, it's down the street from me and I missed it entirely. Oops. Oh well. I can catch up. It's easy, it's not a life-threatening thing, but it does raise an interesting question. Unfortunately, very few names are attached to this story, so bear with me on this. Out of Harlem, Georgia, a high school teacher named Leslie Douglas was charged with a count of sexual assault. Now, this sounds like one of those teachers sleeping with the students thing, but let's look a little closer at this. It's at a high school. That's fine. I get that part. She's a 23-year-old teacher. The student in question attends the school, but has no classes with her as a teacher. So she's not really his teacher. He, and there is no name attached to this, is 19. Now, technically, that's still a teenager. Technically, he's still a student. She teaches at the school. But after you turn 18, you're an adult. So legally speaking, I understand that they don't want teachers having sex with students regardless of age. However, ethically, is this really an issue? Because they are both consenting adults. Ooh, quandary? Maybe. Let me know what you think. Email address forthcoming. I'm going to wander through the world of sports real quick. Bear with me on this, because some interesting things happened. And by interesting, I mean weird, stupid, sexist, and expensive. Let's start with the weird. You know baseball enough to know that it's 3 strikes and you're out, or 4 balls and you get a walk. That's fine. So that's what? A maximum of 6 pitches. Unless you foul off the pitch, which you can do infinitely, in theory. Now, San Francisco's Brandon Belt tried testing this theory recently. In a game this past Sunday against the Los Angeles Angels, he set a record for having a 21-pitch at-bat. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 16 fouls, and eventually a fly out to right field. I mean, not the way he probably wanted to end the record, but it's still a record, and I think it's interesting. As opposed to what happened recently in the WWE, which I'm considering a sport. I know it's scripted, just get over that part. Here's the stupid bit. There's a wrestler by the name of Randy-Orton. He's a very popular wrestler. He's actually a very talented wrestler. He's also covered in tattoos. You wouldn't think that would be a big deal because a lot of people are covered in tattoos these days. However, an Illinois tattoo artist named Catherine Alexander has filed a suit against the WWE and 2K Games, the ones who make the wrestling video games, for copyright infringement because she has copywritten Randy Orton's tattoos. That's right. Copywritten tattoo. I didn't know there was such a thing. That's why I told you this was going to be the stupid story. Now for the sexist one. It also comes from the WWE, who is having a big deal this Friday in Saudi Arabia. Okay. The problem comes in with tickets. Now, right now, the only tickets available for this event, which is apparently the greatest Royal Rumble ever, yeah, whatever, the only tickets available are the family plan. And this has upset a lot of male wrestling fans who are single. What? Single males who like wrestling? No, there can't be such a thing. Yeah, there are. Because you can't buy the family plan and just bring your friends. Because the WWE and the arena where they're having this particular event say that a family plan must include a woman. So I guess gay couples can't bring their... Wait, this is Saudi Arabia. Yeah. Does this not sound a little bit weird? And sexist? Somehow? It's not like the tickets are expensive. They're starting at $2.70 a ticket. Because they want to sell things out and make it sound impressive. When it's not. You want something that sounds impressive? And expensive? How's this? Former NFL offensive lineman Evan Mattis recently sold a 1952 Topps Mickey-mantle baseball card for $2.88 million. That's not the most expensive card ever sold at an auction. That was still the T206 Honus Wagner for $3.12 million. But it's close. And I think it's impressive. That's why I'm passing it along to you. Because you never know when trivia like that will pop up. Have you ever heard of the Bethel School of Supernatural Ministry in Redding, California? I hadn't either, but they're making news in kind of a bizarre way. They claim to be the Christian Hogwarts. That's right, Harry Potter with more Christianity. Because there's a group of Christians who think that Harry Potter is just evil and the devil and all that stuff and completely glossed over the, Harry, we're going home for Christmas. Are you going home for Christmas? Yeah, Christmas was a big thing in Harry Potter. Hello. Did you miss that bit? Yes, apparently you did, because now there is a Christian Hogwarts where they try to teach students to walk through walls. I'm guessing that doesn't work very well. And something called grave sucking. Because that sounds more Christian than anything in Harry Potter, doesn't it? Grave sucking. Pastor Banning Leipshire explained that they're not pro-grave sucking, but they're not going to stop it. The concept is that you find a grave and you lay on it and suck up all the energy from the deceased. Except they're deceased and they shouldn't have energy. Should they? I don't know. You tell me. Contact me through the website, the-fwot-show.com, or email me, rob@the-fwot-show.com. Either way, I'm good with it. I answer everything that's sent to me. I really do. Except spam. Don't send me spam. Especially not with pineapple. Ugh. Anyway, while you're at the website, click the buttons for the Fwot shop. Pick up a t-shirt or a hat or a coffee mug. It all goes to support everything on the Coil Entertainment Network. Don't forget to click that button to get the Jesus Jones album. It's really good. Seriously. Give it a listen. And if you have any comments or questions, yes, there's still the buttons for Facebook and Twitter. Contact me. I await your ideas. In the meantime, I'm going to leave you with something that is controversial and stupid. Because such a thing exists. The U.S. Air Force this week punished a number of members of the Tennessee Air National Guard. It comes mostly from a video where a master sergeant is re-enlisting with the Air Force, because you have to do that sometimes. Part of the re-enlistment process is a swearing-in ceremony. And while I'm reasonably sure what she did is not technically even in the rules, I think it's only because no one thought anyone would be stupid enough to do this, so they didn't need to make it a rule. There's a video of her being sworn in by a colonel, full bird colonel. That'll make sense in a minute. He's swearing in the master sergeant, who is taking her oath not by using her mouth to say the oath. No, she's using a sock puppet. Several people are no longer actually in the Tennessee Air National Guard. And that full bird colonel, forced retirement with a reduction in rank. Oops. Anyway, that's all I've got this week. So until next week, be safe everyone, and keep your sock puppets to yourself.